Pisces, this is your November 2021 soul story. You are literally going to tap into something extraordinary within yourself this month. It's Romy here. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign of Pisces, then this is a general reading and we're going to break the energies down, give you some insights and some key astrological dates to be aware of so that you feel a little bit more equipped and empowered to navigate the next few weeks. So Scorpio season, a fellow water sign, and we are opening up with the energy of the Five of Cups. Now, I have a sense that you're going to experience all four seasons in one day. You know, it's going to have that kind of a vibe for it moving throughout this month. Of course, the Five of Cups does suggest that there is something that you are feeling, perhaps a little bit of regret, a little bit of sadness as you move into this month. I think you've had to clear out your energy field of something or someone, or let go of something so that you could create space for the knowing that this month was actually going to be about an accelerated rate of change. And so even though there may be some of this energy that's kind of still around you, we have to remember that she's still holding the branch with these two beautiful flowers, and these are the things that we really need you to focus on, because who are you when you're free of the influence, when you're free of the toxicity, when you're free of the hold that some of these disappointments or challenging situations have kind of had over you. And so it's almost like an energy cleanse, and the Five of Cups is just a really beautiful reminder that we have to do this and we have to do it regularly. But for me, this experience that you're going to be having in November, this kind of almost going full circle with things, and it's almost like a rapid speeding up of the process. It's like, you know, you're kind of racing through the full emotional spectrum in regards to all sorts of things that are playing out, but that's going to be able to give you a sense of deeper insight and connection to yourself than you've ever had before. In fact, you're really going to, through this process, be able to identify your own source of light, your own source of energy to be able to draw on. And that's really important, because it means that you are not putting anything in terms of your future, in terms of, you know, your happiness in someone else's hands. And that's not to say that, you know, you're not going to have beautiful, deep, meaningful connections and opportunities for emotional intimacy this month, because I see that coming. But it is about getting really discerning about who is good for you, and, you know, making sure that you have the right people around you for your nervous system. Now, the Three of Wands is showing me that there are things that are ready and waiting to come in. In this month, we have a new moon coming in Scorpio on the 4th. It's opposite Uranus at 12 degrees. Beautiful breakthrough energy. It's going to make you feel restless. It's going to pull you up and out of any kind of an energy that Five of Cups might have you sort of wading through or feeling the resistance of. Now, when I talk about accelerated change, that can feel uncomfortable, because it means that, you know, we have to get a lot done in a short space of time. And so, you know, there are going to be these bursts of productivity. And I really want you, when that inspired action comes, to take advantage of it, because it means that there's something exceptionally valuable that wants to manifest from it for you. And so, you know, even if you don't see all of that showing up immediately in November, please understand that some of the work and the progress that you make in some areas of your life, when you feel just compelled to do it, even if it makes no logical sense, even if it's not on the timeline or the plan that you have in place in order to kind of move towards a specific goal or outcome, please just trust intuitively that that is the right thing for you right now. This is about you recognizing that you're meant to live a life rooted in self-trust, Pisces, in openness, in optimism and expansion. The alternative to that, it just offers no comfort. It's like devoid of any energy with which to work with, and we just don't really want you to entertain it. Your success, your victoriousness, your ability to kind of find the sweetness and start to pollinate that flower that has still been kept alive even through that wave of grief or disappointment or challenge that you've had, needs to have an active, focused, deliberate intention for you. And the energy cleanse is really important, you know, because it kind of gives you the ability to be able to forgive, and the forgiveness is for you, it's not for that other person. or situation. Now, Venus is going to move into Capricorn on the 5th of the month, right? Venus in Capricorn, of course, the goddess ruling our money, our abundance, and also our love relationships, the way that we invite beauty and harmony into our world. And in Capricorn, we have some high expectations, we get serious and we want commitment. And so what it's showing me here is that you are committed to the success of something through the course of November, whatever that may be for you. It is personal. It's about, what you really feel is igniting that inner flame and that you want to invest your energy into. Because here's the other big theme that's playing out for us all, a clarity of energy investment. What do I mean by that? It's about recognizing, where do I need to put my emotional, physical, mental, spiritual energy right now in order to kind of fully align with my growth at this point. And anything that isn't kind of on board with that is going to feel clunky and difficult and heavy and exhausting and depleting. So you'll get a really strong read physically in terms of, okay, I need to withdraw. So the clarity is coming around that. But like I said, remember, you've got 4 seasons in a day. So I feel like Pisces are going to have their own unique kind of approach in order to sort of figure the best way forward and actually work with some of these faster moving energies now that all of these planets are direct. Now, it's a really auspicious time in this first part of November to be doing anything with regards to launching, going for new work, for making big commitments, investments, investing in yourself, like anything that requires that kind of level of certainty. Astrologically speaking, things are really working with you. That said, let's bear in mind we're also coming into eclipse season, yeah? So the next eclipse axis between Taurus and Scorpio coming in, we've got a lunar full moon eclipse in the sign of Taurus on the 19th of the month, 27 degrees, it's squaring Jupiter, trining with Pluto. Now, what does that create? It means that we have this grounded earth energy of Taurus, then we have Jupiter who magnifies its lens on anything that it focuses upon, so wanting expansion but feeling under pressure to grow, but then trining with Pluto, so a favourable aspect to that more permanent, successful sense of profound transformation. So, really breaking that down, what does it mean? In and around that full moon, you'll be challenged or pressured to change something, but there will be a part of you that wants the challenge. You know it's good for you. You know it's the right thing for you. And you really want to take advantage of it because you know it's going to directly impact your emotional security, your sense of stability, how well you move through the environment around you. So important time, but of course eclipse energies bring things to light. They're, very adept at sending those shock waves through our system. And the other thing we want to talk about this month is about our readiness to receive. What do I mean by that? Well, we can be asking for a lot of different things, and you have been, and this is the month where from a manifestation perspective, you are more powerful and things are happening more instantaneously than they ever have. We have the 11/11 portal coming in on the 11th of the month, of course, with beautiful ascension, waking up codes, activation, and an understanding in the way that we kind of balance out our divine masculine and feminine energy. But are you ready to receive? The Hermit says you have the wisdom, the insight, but are you withdrawing? Are you shying away from the very thing that you say you want? Is it success? Is it something in your relationship, in your health, and your standard of living? What is it that you feel compelled to keep moving towards? You keep asking for it, setting intentions around it, and yet there's that sort of part of you that's almost scared for it to come to life because, there's maybe a part of you that knows you're not fully prepared for it all to show up, and you not kind of try to reject it in some capacity because of, previous trauma, emotional experiences, patterning, just feeling like it's not quite the right time. It's a funny one, isn't it? Like we say, why would we not want the thing that we ask for? And yet so often you can bring countless examples to light where things come in and you have a sense that they're never going to last, and you sort of do your level best to kind of pick them apart, whether it's internally or externally in your conversation, and that happens and it kind of validates the story and on it goes. But like we said, this is about you making a change and a shift to become much more rooted in that appreciation of trust and openness and expansion in your pathway. We don't want to feel like we're forcing anything. What are you forcing? This is what's coming through. Are you forcing yourself to get over someone? Are you forcing yourself to show up to something you don't believe in or that doesn't bring you peace? Is this helping you in your readiness to receive if you feel like you have to force it? This is about preparation of, all aspects of our energy so that the desires and the things that we're asking for that are actually going to help us to continue to evolve and ascend are coming in the right order. This is about a time when you get to set your own stage so that you can really direct your own narrative. Pisces, Two of Wands, you see she's holding the world here. She's making plans and strategies. And the execution of those strategies is really important in November. And, you may feel, because you're going to have this whole kind of 4 seasons vibe, where you're kind of going through the whole permutation of everything that could unfold as a result of what it is that you want, that it isn't going to be the right time. I keep having this voice that's saying it's not quite the right time, it's not quite the right time. And it is. It has to be, The 1111 portal is about bringing that beautiful rainbow blessing, but remember, to get the rainbow, we have to kind of move our way through the storm. So there's something that, you're going to have to overcome and kind of accept that winter season where it feels dry, it feels desolate, it feels like nothing's growing here, nothing's happening here, and all of a sudden spring's coming in. So at least there is fast change here. This is not a time of stagnancy. This is about you kind of recognizing that you're going to be moving through really strong, different types of emotional experiences, and the way that you interpret them, how you manage your emotional reaction to them, is going to be really important. Now, the same day Venus moves into Capricorn, we also have Mercury moving into Scorpio. Here is where we get the transparency. Here's where we get almost that kind of suspicious questioning, I have to know the answer, kind of laser-like focus. Now, you have 9 of Swords around this. There's a little bit of fear being activated, a little bit of anxiety coming through here. Why would that be? I'm almost scared to kind of dream that big. I'm almost scared to invest in this person or in this situation or in myself. Mercury says there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide when it moves through Scorpio. But it is here to solve the mystery. It is to get to the root cause of what is causing these fears. Why do you keep giving them airtime? What do they have to be acknowledged, or how are they needing to be dealt with so that your readiness to receive what is about to come through for you, is complete and you don't reject it. So there's a research quality and an ability to want to find out and to kind of take time to sort of almost be that private detective and kind of go look at different areas of your life, perhaps look into different healing modalities, kind of unearth different things that can support you and help you to deal with perhaps what is causing the stress, the anxiety, the sleeplessness. I think there's also this sense of like coming out. I've got the Hermit here, but I then have the 6 of Wands. So there's a withdrawal energy, then there's a publicity and a kind of exposure aspect. And again, even if it's part of the plan or if it's not part of the plan and it happens suddenly and unexpectedly, there's also something here that makes one feel uncomfortable. We kind of feel all eyes are on us. And even if that's something you're courting, like we're saying, you're setting the stage, something you've asked for, but at the same time, it's making you feel very vulnerable. So if there's reasons for that, we need to understand kind of what's going on. And this is a month when you are going to get to the root of that. And what comes from it, like we said in the initial statement, is this extraordinary, beautiful understanding of yourself and, knowing how you need to nurture and how you need to kind of tend to that part of the inner child so that you're going to be able to release yourself. Now, we have goddess energies that are really supportive through the course of November. We have Pallas Athena moving direct in your sign Pisces on the 8th. In this last few months during the retrograde, there's been an awful lot of internal reflection about what you've been devoting yourself to and how the strategies, in terms of moving forward in your life have been impacted by what you have been investing in. But Now coming direct, what we're going to find is that there's a newly instated kind of desire to have a plan that really works for you, and take that across, all areas of your life. You're going to get a plan that works for you. King of Cups here, water energy, coming through with this beautiful wisdom, this knowing. He's attached to the heart of things, the experiences that he's been through in the voyages of his life, give him credibility. And it hasn't stripped him of compassion. It hasn't stripped him of understanding and empathy, but it has given him like a clear vision and a decisiveness to say, I'm not going to absorb the energy. I'm not going to get on board with this chaotic kind of vibe that's ensuing, the churned up energy of the water and the ocean here, but the ship is passing right through. He's just letting it pass right through him. I'm not gonna kind of take this on. It's not my energy to hold. That's what he's teaching you right now. And all the gulls are circling, all the birds are here because they think there's something to feed on. There's something to kind of, maybe it's like gossip, maybe it's just like, fuel to the fire, like whatever it is. But I just feel like you're taking a higher ground. You're elevated in your position. You can take a read on the energy because these tentacles are feeling their way around the environment, what's happening at work, what's happening in the family, what's happening in your friendships, even in the community, the collective. You're in a really beautiful, strong, elevated position because what you've been able to do is find your own source of light and energy. This is so important. You don't need anybody else to validate or to kind of keep feeding and nourishing you. This is the biggest shift and change I see happening for you in one of these months as you look back on it in 2021, where you'll really feel like you took back control of something, and that so much of the spiritual wisdom that's kind of been drip fed and at times come in really powerful downloads is really kind of coalescing and coming together in this like mad kind of wake up moment where you're like, okay, now I get it. So I really love that you are no longer going to be holding on to the things that you can't change. You've too much work to do, frankly. You've too much work to do in drawing towards you the things that you want, and you're going to get a read on that. So not only do we have Pallas in your sign, we've also got Juno moving into the sign of Capricorn. So both Juno and Venus in Capricorn. Now Juno, of course, goddess of contracts, of marriage, of partnerships. So here we have both of them in this serious, committed, let's get it done, let's keep going, let's not stop, let's scale any mountain, and almost kind of like slightly emotionally detached, but able to kind of still plow deep, nourishing energy into something. Your Eight of Swords here showing you your wings are already here, Pisces. You're sat in this cage like, you can't escape a situation, having not even seen that the door is being opened for you and the sky is like really clear. And again, I think this is just sort of an old comfort zone. It's kind of like almost returning into an emotional state that just kind of keeps you safe. It's just like, oh, well, there's no point in getting my hopes up here. Now that anxiety and that stress again coming in because I feel, you may be under pressure a little bit through the course of this month, perhaps because you feel the urgency to change and to get going with certain things. But at the same time, you're also seeing people around you shifting and changing. And there's just so much of the ground beneath your feet moving, especially with those eclipse energies coming in. And maybe you're being asked to commit to things when we talk about Juno and Capricorn, Venus and Capricorn. And by the way, here's a heads up. So Venus is going retrograde in the sign of Capricorn in December, and we're going to have that shadow period beginning on the 18th. So you're going to be getting a read on what the themes you're going to be dealing with during that time, okay? And again, that could just be the cause for a little bit of more of this kind of stressful state that's coming through, but you've got to be really mindful of how that's impacting on the nervous system and then consequently on your ability to receive the things that you want. But Juno in Capricorn is really going to get us clear about whether we want to invest or commit, and perhaps there's a sense of you deciding that actually you don't, and just wondering how you're going to pull yourself away or extricate yourself from something. Seven of Pentacles here, I really like this for you. Again, she's in an elevated position, so she's got a good understanding of the lay of the land of something. I think that's going to matter. And of course, it's a time for us to reap what we've sown. There's a karmic kind of reward and payback that wants to come in for you, where you've invested your energy is going to start to deliver results. Now, conversely, you're also going to see that perhaps if you have been investing it in the wrong place with the wrong person, that's where maybe some of the stress is going to be, and you're going to be like, oh my goodness, why did I waste so much time? Don't worry, you haven't missed your opportunity. You haven't missed out on the things that are for you, but this is why this month is so pivotal. Spirit are going to keep showing you these 4 seasons so that you can almost kind of get a full read. If I continue, this is where it's going to go. And conversely, if I move my energy and start to direct it somewhere else, this is what's possible. And I think that's going to make a huge difference in terms of the way that you see yourself and how you're going to be able to kind of make decisions very quickly through the course of this month. We also have Vesta moving into Sagittarius, helping you to embody your values, to walk your talk. Remember, she is the custodian of that beautiful inner flame. Sagittarius is really changing the way that you see the world. And, you know, it's important because what we have for you is this energy of wanting to make a difference, wanting to leave an energy signature in terms of the people that you are connecting to in relationships, the work that you do, you know, wanting to make this world a better place. Like I see you kind of really evangelical about wanting to make a difference this month and just looking at everything that you do, the way you live your life, and just saying, how can I make this happen? And you know what, it may feel to you that other people, there's something about the read of your energy that I feel it quite independent. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, there's not going to be lots going on from a relationship perspective for many of you, but really what I'm looking at here is so much of the work has to be done you know, internally. And, you know, we've just come out of this retrograde season. So all of these understandings, these lessons need to now turn into the blessings, and you need to start embodying that to move forward. And it just feels getting too invested in anyone else this month. Not saying it's like not about being with people, but it's just like not investing so much of your energy that there isn't anything left for you when you're trying to listen into where you're meant to be guiding, you know, the next step of your journey, you know. The sun in Sagittarius coming in on the 21st of the month, just after that lunar full moon eclipse, is just going to shine a light and give you a sense of the bigger picture. And this matters. We have a beautiful whole run of like optimistic and kind of favorable aspects astrologically between the 27th and the 30th as well. So this is definitely a time where you're going to see yourself getting a lot done and very quickly, and possibly having some unexpected successes coming in different areas of your life. Now, you know, let's talk for a moment about the relationship aspect of things, because I can kind of sense that there's, you know, questions that are going to be in and around that. Where does that leave me with some of this stress energy coming in? What it's showing you is really how to deepen and strengthen the existing connections in your life by addressing the impact of what feels stressful to you and how that impacts on your nervous system. Yeah, so that, you know, if you are looking to receive deeper love, if you are looking to meet somebody new, if we are trying to kind of get over an issue or a problem or address something or talk about commitment in a more meaningful way in terms of, you know, how that plays out in your own individual experience, then, you know, there's something about the 8, 9 of Swords and even the 5 of Cups that are saying, like, what's permeated this experience for you? And what are you holding on to from a trauma perspective that's getting in the way of you being able to access that higher wisdom from the King of Cups here? And of course, that has to mean that you know, you're allowing yourself to almost disconnect from people's energy. And I'm not talking about having those cords with loved ones. I'm talking about the psychic ties, you know, where you get depleted. And it isn't helping, because then you end up forcing situations and forcing yourself to kind of try and approach things from a certain perspective, and that's not going to be working for you. So, you know, look, there's beautiful breakthrough energies here when you step up and you find a position of greatness within yourself, that you believe in your ability to meaningfully move things forward. And, you know, she's holding the world in her hands here. This is about the execution of a new plan for you, and that's going to come into all areas of your life, Pisces. That will make a big difference in terms of the relationships and the connections that you have. So we're just going to take a look at the oracle cards here. This is the new Moonology manifestation deck by Yasmin. Follow up to her Moonology cards. if you want to check them out. And I always put the card decks in the description box below if you're interested. Okay, full moon in Leo. Go wild. Beautiful fire energy to come in and just stoke that inner flame. Make you realize what you want and why you want it. Again, that's really important from a transparency perspective, so you get clear about where you should invest your energy, and then you're ready to receive what's going to come in as a result of it. The wildness, of course, could definitely link into what that eclipse energy might be bringing up, and it's kind of like go bold or go home. Like, be courageous. Like, don't be afraid to kind of reveal what's really in your mind. And maybe again there's this like slight holding back energy. It almost feels like I'm saying like, oh, I don't want to tread on their toes, or I don't want to say how I really feel. And you know, there's not time for that. If you're going to get to where you're meant to be, if you're going to be prepared and ready for the things that are coming in that are supportive for your spiritual growth, Pisces, they're going to make you find your voice this month. They're going to make you find it. So let's have a look at these star codes, Astro Oracle. Just got a couple of astrology cards for you this month. Okay, first house, arrival. Beautiful. I think that really echoes this courage and this sense of identifying more clearly with the changes in your sense of self, you know, rooting into that self-trust and openness. Arrival is really beautiful. And again, we've got this earth coming in, just like the Two of Wands. You are arriving. Where are you arriving? You know, there's somewhere new that you're just kind of showing up to with a new version of self. And like we said, kind of setting your own stage so that you can direct your own narrative. And it's really about most importantly, how you perceive you this month, Pisces, not what anyone else is thinking about you or what they have to say. You know, we said last month you were going to be jolted forward, you were going to be connecting the dots, you were going to come out with a sense of certainty about certain things. And now it's like, what are we doing with that? So that first house is showing me here that there's a beautiful sense of you wanting to make an impact and change the world by changing your own life, and kind of really being clear and aligned with investing in yourself. Okay, we have language of light. We talked about this last month as well, didn't we, as well? This kind of emerging light language that's kind of changing the way that you express yourself, how you receive information, what you're going to do with that information. Rediscovery, humble wanderer, communication. You are wandering this beautiful path, but remember what we said, like this feeling of all four seasons. So it is going to show you, like it's like a fast track timeline. It's like you're just going to press fast forward. So you might be getting really strong psychic flashes of future events and kind of you know, just feeling into different things that are gonna leave quite an imprint on you. Okay, they're here to make a difference. I think there's going to be some strong indications from your guides where you are veering off track, or where they want to give you reassurance or validation for things that you've got going on. I want to say that I do see important opportunities coming your way. I just want you to not be the one thing standing in your own way, or get yourself in a stress about what it means for you. It's almost like I've got some of you saying like, I can't say yes. I can't say yes. So why can we not say yes? Where are you holding yourself back? Because it feels to me that's rooted in someone else. What they will think, what they will say, how it will impact them. Yeah, but you're gonna impact yourself if you keep moving on that kind of a basis, especially in November with this sense of acceleration. So we have success and victory coming your way. We have lots that we want to celebrate and acknowledge. In fact, I've got beautiful celebration energy coming in between the 16th and 17th. So just kind of keep an eye out for the dates around that time for you as well, okay? So this is a general reading for November, Pisces. I'm just going to invite you to think about a question that might not have come up in the main spread. We'll pull a couple of cards for you around that situation. Okay, I'm just going to now go ahead and clarify this main reading. So just beginning with the Five of Cups. Eight of Wands coming in. Oh. Six of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Beautiful sense of clarification and truth coming in there. Two of Cups. Oh well, we see no romance, and here's some romance coming through. Okay. Oh, I like that for you. High Priestess and the Six of Wands. You know what is best for you. Absolutely. 10 of Wands. Again, this pressure. It's going to be a fine month for trying to like balance things out. I just think you are going to have these bursts of productivity though. I just see a lot happening, and it might even be it's just like 1 week in the month and it just goes crazy, you know. It's just like everything happens in that 1 week, and then around that time is the kind of the build up and the aftermath of. You just got to be making sure that you allow the dust to settle before you get a clear kind of read on everything. Judgment coming in there. Magician, beautiful. Right, another Seven of Pentacles. Okay, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. If you'd like to join me for the extended reading, we'll go into all of these cards in more detail. We'll give you another 20 minutes or so and explore the question that you've asked. You can find the link for that in the description box and the comment section underneath the video. Just a way to support my channel and also get deeper insights into your November soul story. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. If it resonates, please do drop me a comment, and I always love to receive your feedback. And you take care. I'll see you again next month. Bye bye.